This is a sequel to a previous book. It's a continuation of the bullying going on inside of a state agency. It kind of chronicles the behavior of some people who were bullying me and others inside of state work. And I just kind of pick up and take off with some more of that particular type of theme in the book. There's a short narrative about the experience, but then there's poetry in the book. Because in all of my books, what I try to do is also provide poetry for my readers. I'm mostly a poet. And there's 100 quotations from numerous sources for the book as well. And then, of course, a works cited section to tell everybody about where the sources came to put the book together. But it's mostly about bullying. As I mentioned, this is a sequel to a previous book. So what I did was simply, in the previous book, the bullying situation had gotten to a pinnacle, to a high point where it made me write the book. And after I finished writing that book, the people involved tried to quote-unquote punish me out of my job for that book, failing to understand that the moment they started the process of trying to punish me, I simply wrote them a new book. It's important to write these kind of books because right now in today's climate, there's so much bullying going on.
Yeah, I agree.
So the children are being abused, of course, with this bullying. Kids in high school, kids in college, adults are being bullied by fellow adults as well. So the whole theme around bullying needs to be continually addressed, whether it's the children doing it. And one of the exhibitors here today is, say, the kids over at One Milford Publishing. They're writing books about bullying and their own experiences, which is important. So I think it's also important that the adults do the same thing. Some people don't think that adults can be bullied. They can be bulliers or bullies, and as well as being bullied. The best part about being a writer is that you get a chance to simply express yourself. You get to tell your story. You get to empower yourself and maybe empower somebody else. So I'm hoping that just by putting this one book along, but there are others out there, give somebody else the power to address their own experiences about being bullied and their own life experiences as well.
That's right.
The message for the readers is simply be strong, be empowered, be strong enough to simply understand that you're not alone, especially in the bullying situation, and that there are others around you to give you support. So I'm hoping that by putting the book together, it gives that kind of support to somebody else to say they too can either write a book or tell their story. It's always important to just be able to tell one other person what your experience has been. So if you can do that, that one other person may tell someone else, and etc. We start a conversation around this thing. Online, I'm certain that BookCon will carry a couple of copies, but online at Amazon and Facebook, you can Facebook me and say you'd like to get a copy of it. I'll be more than glad to autograph something and get it to a person. So there's a lot of different ways to do it.